open. Get here. Is that working? It is working. Great. Great. Okay. Ducky. Oh, Ducky's not here yet. I'll wait until Ducky gets in here. What am I doing? Share, right post. Okay, that's not going to work. Let me see here. Hey, Kat, good morning. Just waiting for people to fill in and come into the group. Give me one moment, please. Okay, so I don't know. Facebook, you are so weird. All right, let me see here. So I cannot post this morning. Great. All right, I can only post to the groups that I'm sort of. Hey, Tarot Lover, good morning. Thank you. You're new to me. Welcome from YouTube. I love your name. Get it? Tarot Lover. Bringing in that love this morning. So it appears as though I'm in Facebook jail, first thing. Great! We love it. So we're probably going to have a smaller group today because Facebook has restricted me. It's probably because I had not only the daily, but I also posted quite a bit of the new tarot scopes that I put up for the air and the water signs on the YouTube channel yesterday. I went and I did a link for each of the videos and I posted it to all the groups that I normally broadcast to see if they would be interested in watching the videos that I did for those signs. So I think all of that posting yesterday, plus I also posted out the charming that last night. So it was just too much posting all in one day, and Facebook has now put me in Facebook jail. So, because Facebook, as you know, as good as they are at farming our information and selling it to corporations, they can't seem to figure out what I'm posting is okay and acceptable and actually trying to help people rather than harm people. But instead of actually paying attention to that, they're too busy making millions of dollars selling our information. They just block us. Okay? Like they tried to, say that I had sexual activity in my last video and they had to apologize and say, oh, sorry, we're wrong, we'll put it back up. Because somebody reported it or something, I don't know. Anyways, you thumbed up and subbed. Thank you, Tarot Lover. I appreciate that. Gotta bring in that love if you're lacking it. I think, we have our days. Some days we have it, some days we don't. It's like, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't, right? So it's not, but that's the ebb and flow of life, right? That's okay. And I love that you're here. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming in. YouTube is a funny beast. It's a hard place to find people. I'm not of the younger set. Hey, Kavya, how are you? Good morning. I'm not of the younger set where I'm super familiar with YouTube until doing this on a daily basis. I was never a broadcaster. If I could get away with doing this without broadcasting, I would. I don't necessarily. I've gotten a little bit more comfortable about being in front of the camera, but this is not my goal. It's not that it's not my goal. My goal is to help others and, hopefully in turn be able to support myself while doing that. That's my goal, and to make the planet a better place. To do that, you need to be on social media at a degree that originally felt a little bit uncomfortable to me. Putting myself out there every morning, sitting in my angel chair, doing the things that I like to do, exposing myself in that way felt a little bit vulnerable at first. But like I've always preached and said, is the truest form of strength is found in vulnerability. So no matter what the fucking trolls say, you put yourself out there. And if you want it and you believe it and you dare to dream it, well then go after it. So that's what I do here every morning, trying to achieve that goal. A couple of housekeeping notes while I'm waiting. Oh, Ducky is here. Hey, Ducky. Ducky, I can't post to groups right now, so if you could post this out, I know that you and I normally both post it out. I'm in Facebook jail until Sunday, apparently. So I think it's from all the postings I did yesterday with the air signs and the water signs. And, you know, the daily and then the other stuff. So, what I am going to do, I'm going to make a couple of announcements. In the Engelgeist group on Facebook, I put up a personal video this morning with a little bit of homework for you guys if you want to do that. I'm going to try and be more proactive and be in that group a little bit more. The original intention of creating that group was was an opportunity to be sort of a place to get in touch with me and contact me. And I've been kind of lax with that and not really been in there so much. So I'm going to tighten that down. These are the things that I'm going to say to you guys as you watch this, for those of you that are watching via YouTube or Facebook. And then we'll get it right into the reading. I'm going to put sort of more exclusive content in there, and I'm also going to be in there doing sort of more exclusive things for that group of people, because those are sort of people that I want. That's sort of like what I feel like is going to be the closest community that we have to sort of interact with, or on a more regular basis. Those would be like people that regularly attend the forecast, people that purchase readings from me, people that I have like a connection to. Anybody that wants entry into that group, it's going to be a little bit more hard now to get there. We were just allowing anybody to request, and we were putting them in. But with this idea of, you know, posts being reported and things like that, what I am going to do is I'm going to tighten it down. And what I am going to do is, because it's a private group and there is a group of community of people that do meet there regularly, that do know each other, in how do I want to say this, like security of them and security of myself and my own sort of little community. If you want to join that group, you're certainly allowed to request, but I'm going to require that anybody that requests has to meet me over Facebook video so that I can see that they're a legit person, that they're not a ghost account, that they're not, you know, and get a feel for their energy before I let them in. Because I don't want necessarily, that group is not supposed to be like this catch-all place where just a bunch of people go that just, you know, submit and then disappear, that sort of a thing. I want more of an active sort of membership. Right now we have about 400 people in that group, and not everybody acts or interacts. Not everybody, there might be people watching or, you know, hiding in the shadows reading stuff, and that's totally, completely fine. But from this point going forward, anybody that is going to sort of gain entry to that group needs to have some sort of a connection to me, I feel like, and I need to sort of, I want to personally, either through Facebook video, which would be a way to do it. They need to message me, and then we open up that connection, and I at least talk to them for 5 minutes and understand who they are, where they are, why they've come to the group. I'm not going to do the series of questions or any of that, because a troll can answer those questions and just come right in. So it's going to be a troll-free zone, and if anybody is a troll and still gets in, then they'll get booted. And I'm contemplating this, but I may clear the group out, except for those of you that I know, so don't worry. If I know you, and I know you guys, there's certain people I know very regularly. If some of you, I'm not going to bounce you guys out of the group, so you don't have any worries about that. But anybody that I haven't interacted with, or anybody that I don't feel as though is connected to the group in any way or offering anything to the group, I may just remove altogether and start over again. So for those of you that do like the forecast and you want a little bit more, you may want to, you know, attempt to join the group, but I am going to tell you, you're going to have to sit with me over Facebook video for a minute or two so I can get to know you. It's not going to cost you anything. It's not a fee-based thing or anything like that, but in there, there's going to be sort of more discussion, more content, more ideas of mine that I will share there, okay? But that's sort of where I'm thinking it's going. It may not stay that way. We'll see. I'm going to have to see how well that works. But ideally, it is supposed to be a legit place for you guys to come and spend time with me, or ask me questions, and I want it to feel safer. And those of you that are in the group and saw the video that I put up today, this morning, the request, the sort of homework, this is the reason why, because I want to do some more things in this ilk or this vein, right, going forward with this group. So, again, I'm going to repeat it one more time. Those of you that I know that are on the dailies or on the charmings, if you're in the group, don't worry, you're not going to get bounced. I know who you are, but I don't want anybody in there that I don't know who they are or what their intentions are, period. It's not what that group's for. And it's for my protection and also the protection of anybody that's in there that wants to share or ask questions or whatever, okay? So that's what that is for. If you guys want to join a group that is more broader, we have the reading exchange group. You can always join there. That I'm not gonna like interview you for. There's a much higher population in there, and it's a lot of people that don't really interact. There's not a lot going on in that group, but my videos are posted to that group, so you can go there and see the videos and be part of that group if you want. Okay, so that's always there. That's a group I created a long time ago, but it sort of has gone dormant, other than the fact that I posted there daily. So. That's going to be how that's going to work going forward, just so that you guys know that. The other thing that's going to happen is, now that I'm closing down Engelgeist and making it a little bit more exclusive, the breath work is going to stop in the daily videos. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I may get on and do a breathwork video in the morning in the group for the group members prior to signing on and doing the forecast, so we can do the breathwork there. If you choose to tune in, you can, and if you choose to not tune in, you can just come in and watch the forecast every day. But the breath work, to me, I feel like is going someplace that I want to understand where it's going, and as it's unfolding, I don't want just it out in the public, quite frankly, because I have a feeling that something about this breath work is going to be important, and it's going to be sort of interesting, and I'm just going to be straight up, flat out honest. I feel like there's people that are out there sort of stealing from me right now, whether they're consciously aware of it or not. I feel like there's people that are struggling to sort of find ways and means to make ends meet, and I don't want anybody sort of taking any sort of, whether it's spiritual property or intellectual property or anything that I'm working on publicly in these videos, and making it their own, or adopting it for their businesses and trying to utilize it as their own and not giving credit where they're finding it. And I could be wrong about this, and hopefully I am, because I would want to believe that people are good and that they aren't necessarily. I want to believe that this is happening unconsciously or subconsciously, where they're sort of flattering me and saying, oh wow, what he does is cool. But I've just noticed that there's people out on Facebook that are actually doing very similar things to what I've been doing, and they're certainly not acknowledging me, nor are they saying, I don't want to deal with that anymore, right? I don't need to deal with people that are taking my intellectual property, basically, or what I'm creating from this space. So I'm going to take these creations and keep them smaller and shared with people that I trust, and that's the point of the Engelgeist group. Okay, so in the mornings I will probably be doing the breath work in there for those of you that are like, no, I need you to do the breath work. But ideally the breath work is for you guys to be doing on your own throughout the day whenever you need it. So I'm not doing breath work this morning. I did my own breath work. Sorry, I made a few shifts this morning. I'm doing my own breath work. I did my own breath work this morning during my meditations. That's what inspired the video that's in the Engelgeist group right now. And I said, as I said, I'm not so sure that the person, whatever. I'm not so sure that I need to gut the Engelgeist group and empty it out and then start over, and really keep it a space that is managed by me and Ducky for, the, how do I want to say this? The safety and education of the group members, period. That's it. And here's the thing, it's not all about my education or what I have to say about anybody or anything. It's about what we all bring to the table in that community. We have a nice community here. I want to keep it intact, and I want there to be no just weird sideways Facebook drama with people in the background. So that is the hope there, and that's what I'm working towards. So just be aware of that. So the breath work is not going to happen in the morning videos anymore. It's probably going to happen in the group, in the Engelgeist group. For those of you that don't know what the breath work is, you're going to have to go back and watch other videos and learn it from previous videos that I have all over my YouTube channel, all over the business page. The breath work is, I've got videos coming, and I'm going to do a video that I'm probably going to set to private on YouTube, and then give people the code to, or I don't know, I'll figure it out so that it's a little bit more exclusive versus out there for everyone, because I just don't know. I'm not sure completely where it's going to take us or what it's doing as it's changing and shifting, but I feel like it's important work, and so I need to be a little bit more smart about putting it out there. That's just my feelings, or what I'm feeling I'm being, made aware of at this point, because I've seen other things that I've just been doing, normally, and they're being sort of stolen, you know, or taken, and other people are doing them, and so I just don't think that that's appropriate. And certainly without, you know, somebody sending me a message saying, hey, I really love what you do, I want to learn how, I'm going to start doing it, thank you for your inspiration. There's not even that going on. So, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm totally wrong, but I just have a feeling I'm not. So I'm sharing that with you too, because that's also going on, and has been for a couple of months, you know. So people are, you know, I'm just going to state it outright. People are, you know, calling themselves angelic healers and things like that. I don't even call myself an angelic healer. I sit in an angel chair. I love angels. I believe that they're around me. I purport and try and connect people to their angels. I have in my thing a clairvoyant healer listed on my business page. So they've taken the angelic thing and then the healer word and put it together as one of their monikers, right? They did that a few months ago, and my ears pricked up, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So they've slowly been sort of edging into what I've been doing, and now they're doing charmings and things of that nature, and it's just sort of like, okay. And they've mentioned, I've seen in videos of theirs that they've mentioned, like, oh, I saw this online, there's not many people doing it online, I saw somebody doing it online. I think that somebody is me. Maybe it's somebody else. I'm not the only charmer out there, I know that. There's plenty of people charming, but I was connected to this person, and I know that, you know, I just have a feeling they're stealing from me, basically, at this point. They have my symbol, I'm going to just say this, my heart with the wings. They're utilizing that, which that was an actual piece of art that I paid a designer for, that I had worked on many years ago when I had my website up on the internet and stuff. When I was just doing, before the charmings, I was just doing clairvoyant readings at that time. But that heart with the wings, with my wings and stuff, I mean, that's something that's throughout my life and all over. Like if you look up above the door there, it's a symbol that's very important to me and sort of is in my charm box. I have a necklace of it. It's sort of very intrinsic to who I am, and I feel like this is an overstepping of boundaries where they're fucking with my branding. They're fucking with my identity, and they maybe don't realize it, but it's certainly not spiritual to go about it this way. That's my feeling. So I'm gonna leave it there. Not to create drama, but these are the reasons why I'm sort of tightening down things and making things a little bit more exclusive versus inclusive, in the sense that I don't want my information or what I'm doing or where I'm heading out there, because I don't trust that others who don't necessarily know how to get where they want to go aren't gonna like try and steal it. That's it. All right, so let's get into the reading for today. And there's no anger with that. It's just sort of what I've noticed, and so what I need to do is act proactively and sort of, you know, protect myself and my, you know, sort of spiritual or intellectual property, as far as I'm concerned. So, and there's going to be, like, you know, the public videos of charming and things like that. That stuff is going to be out there. It's not, that stuff will not get super exclusive, but there will be, you know, there might be how I can help you hours that just happen in the group, right? So those people that watch me regularly, they get an opportunity to sit with me, versus new people that come around for one card and then disappear. You know? Because I don't necessarily, I mean, those people are wonderful, and it's great that they're seeking and all of that sort of stuff, but they're usually jumping from reading to reading, and, you know, and they're not necessarily taking any of the, what you're saying, your time, your energy into account. They're just, you know, scrambling, seeking answers. And they're going to, you know, probably arrive in lack, stay in lack, and then leave in lack. So I don't necessarily know that I want that too much around. So that's that. Please share out this video, though. This is a public video. I do want it shared out for those of you that do share it out. I appreciate each and every share. It also helps people to find me, the people that feel that they're in line with me and that they want to be a part of the community, or that they you know, vibe with me. Certainly I'm open to meeting them, talking to them, allowing them in, and having them actually be a vital part of the community, not necessarily just sitting around waiting for a free card. So I am looking to Spirit right now for the cards for the collective for today, the 23rd of January. The highest good, all of those around us. And those of you that are in the group, please do the homework today. It's really fun. I would love to see what happens with the homework. This idea here is to sort of give us support so we're not all sitting behind screens. I'm the only one that's out here on a screen that you guys can see and hear. But the rest of you, I connect with you via your chats and things like that. But I want to know you better, and I want you guys to know each other better. Does that make sense? Because if we sit here and we talk about how we're all connected to the same light in the breath work and all of that, then we should be able to connect with each other. Copyright, exactly, Stony. I may have to. That's the thing, is where I think this breath work is going, is it might actually be something significant, and I'm not really that aware of it because it's just sort of unfolding. So I think I need to draw back for a minute and go like, okay, wait, let's look at this and see what is really going on here energetically. How can this, something, I feel like it's coming from somewhere, and it's serving a purpose, and people are seeming to enjoy it. And anything that I've been doing that people are enjoying, like my chunky stuff and the charmings and that sort of stuff, I'm noticing other people now who have bigger audiences are doing it for their audiences and acting like it's something that they've been doing all the way along, and they're not acknowledging where they're getting it from. And it just seems like there's too many things that are too close to how I present myself or how I brand myself that are being utilized by this person. Things like words like angelic and healer and Lord knows they already have enough like titles to their name. And to me, it amazes me that they can have so many titles within only 3 years of a spiritual journey. But I've been doing this since I was like 16. I don't know, and I don't purport to say that I can do all the things that this person does. So I'm just kind of like, I need to batten down the hatches, because if I stay open, and it's just not, it's probably not in my best interest, because whether they're doing it consciously or subconsciously, they'll continue to do it, and it could only maybe not get worse, but just become more messy, right? And the idea here is, ultimately, I am a brand. I will be a brand, like if I have a breathwork series, I don't want other people stealing it or utilizing it. I mean, it is out there, but if it continues to change or go to places that I think it will, they don't need access to all of it. They can find their own stuff, or, actually, go within and search their spirit for what works for them versus taking the things from other people's spirit. Because that part within is my spirit, as far as I'm concerned. So I feel like whether it's conscious or unconscious, yes, what do they say? Imitation is the serious form of flattery. I think that if you're trying to flatter somebody or imitate them, you at least interact with them and acknowledge them on some level. So as I'm trying to grow this and put this out there, I don't need somebody just randomly taking it from me and not sort of acknowledging it, if that's what they're doing. And maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I am wrong. Maybe they're totally unconscious of it and they're like, oh my God, I didn't realize, I'm so sorry. But that's what you gotta do when you're doing stuff in the public. All right, so let's see what the card is today for the group. I'm gonna flip the cameras around. Oh. Look who's back! She was with us last night too. Mary! Oh, I didn't change the cameras yet. Sorry. It's too busy this morning. Let me switch the cameras really quick and fix them. And then we will get this going. Sorry, guys. It's nice to see her back. This is funny. We've got this energy of this Queen of Swords going on. Why is she, around today? I can actually tell you why. It's interesting because to me, as I'm talking about pulling back and, sort of securing my intellectual property, that would definitely be a Queen of Swords move. She's all about the intellect, and she's all about authority and taking care of her shit with quick, decisive thinking. So that might be what's driving me today, and hence why we're seeing this card today. So let me put her up. So we have the Queen of Swords again today, guys. She was with us yesterday for yesterday's message or forecast. And so to me, I'm going to say this, you know, she's not done with us just yet. She's teaching us something. She's solidifying something for those of us that are paying attention, that are using our intellect, that are kind of taking into account sort of you know, all that's going on around us. When I look at this Puma, she definitely looks like she is, I don't want to say not trusting, but she definitely looks like she is sort of aware of what's going on, and she's been watching it go on for a while, right? Similar to what I was just sharing about sort of me watching for the last few months as people sort of steal your property. Be it implied or intellectual or whatever. But to me, for those of you that are unsure or feeling a little unsure, it feels like we're gathering information intellectually. We're gathering that information. We're trying to keep our authority and trying to keep our space clear. We're not necessarily making any hard or fast decisions, but we're waiting. We have an idea of what we want to do. That's this sword sort of resting on her back. Last night when I looked at this, I was saying to Mary, because this card came up for Mary, about heavy is the crown, head that wears the crown. I don't feel that heaviness again now that I'm looking at this Puma today for the group collective. I don't feel like there's a lot of us are, you know, feeling like we're carrying something of weight on our back, right? Which is what I said last night in the charm video. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you can go watch it. But what I do see here is this feels to me like some of us maybe don't, or actually the majority of us maybe are still kind of the jury's still out, so to speak. We have an authority, we have a strength, we have a prowess, and we know that, but we're just not sure exactly when or where to sort of lay down this sword and make our decision and move in that direction. We're still gathering information here. Now, I want to look at Sunday. We had that Three of Cups energy at the midweek, right? And we are now at the midweek. So that Three of Cups might mean that there might be emotional situations going on around us or things that would normally trigger our emotions. I like that this Queen of Swords energy is happening here in the daily today to add to that Three of Cups energy. So if anything is going on for us that's making us feel a little bit on the emotional side or wanting to trigger us, today this Queen of Wands says that we have the strength and the power, the ability to kind of discern and be strong and sort of not necessarily make decisions from a place of emotionality, but maybe make it more from a place of logic, more from a place of quiet kind of discernment, right? And so think about that today. There's a lot of strength within this card. There's a lot of know-how within this card. There's a lot of ability within this card. We're just not necessarily putting it all out there yet because we're taking notes. I really feel like this Queen of Wands, she sits from her throne and she's aware of a lot more than she's letting on. So for those of us that maybe don't feel as though we're like quite clear on the answer, that's okay. You just continue to sort of observe and acknowledge what's going on around you and then make your decisions from that point. There is a strength in this card and there is a beauty in this card that I want you guys to be aware of and make sure that you have contact with, because this is not like these situations that you might be dealing with, whatever they might be, if they're sort of baffling, confusing, emotional, frustrating, whatever it is. To me, this Queen of Swords feels very cool. She feels very calm. She feels very collected. It's like turning towards our logical brain and saying, okay, I see that this is what's going on, or this is how they're acting. I can deal with that. I don't necessarily have to react in an emotional way. I can step back, withdraw my sword, gather my thoughts, and make a clearer decision. Well, we might, hold on one second. I think they're chasing the kitten. You guys, leave the cat alone. Sorry, I can just hear too many dog feet on the floor, like dancing. It sounds like a tap dance class in the other room, so something's going on. Okay, so keep that in mind today. There's a strength and a power and a logic today that will ground us and keep us together. This decision, as I feel like she's about to make a decision or needs to make a decision, and that's why she's gathering this information around her or observing the environment, how people behave, what they do, that sort of a thing. As we collect this information, just give ourselves time and space to know that we will make the right decision once we have all of the information. Does that make sense? And remember that we're ending out the week on that Queen of Wands energy, right? Which is sort of what MJ Cullinane, the creator of Crow Tarot, who I absolutely love. She always calls that the Beyonce card. So this Queen energy, this Queen of Swords energy is really, her showing up these last 2 days really speaks to me, about bringing in that energy or that authority, that sort of loving compassion of the Queen, the court energy, the court card energy. We're starting to set that up within our mental space. And by week's end, I feel like that permeates that mental sort of security that we're creating here with her showing up. And the acknowledgement that we're giving to her is creating that space for us to arrive at that underpinning energy of the Queen of Wands, which is that sort of empowered Beyonce feeling that MJ talks about all the time with her deck, the Crow Tarot. If you guys don't know Crow Tarot, check her out. By the way, I also got her newest deck, the Wise Dog, which I need to do an unboxing of. And it's probably, I'm feeling like that's going to be the deck we'll use through the month of March. I don't know why I'm feeling like it's going to be March. I'm still trying to figure out what February's deck will be. But March is going to be the Wise Dog for sure. It's been sitting here with me for a few weeks now. I haven't even unboxed it from the bag yet. I'm super excited, but I want to do an unboxing video for it first. So let's see what the I Am Everything deck says. She is your card, Cat. I love it. I love her energy too because it's very measured. Oh, these dogs are like being assholes. What are they doing? You guys, what are you doing? I can tell they're up to no good just by the way they're doing. Come in here and lay down. Yeah. Okay, beautiful card. We've not seen this card before. This is card number 19, which boils down to a 1, right? It goes to 1 and 9 is 10, and then that boils down to the 1, which would be me, right? The I, or the you, I should say. It says, I am strong. We've not seen this card before, so this is beautiful. I am stronger than I think I am. I reject victimhood. My strength is in knowing that all circumstances are temporary. I focus my attention on what's in front of me. I naturally move forward into new phases of life. I am strong. I love that we have this emboldened light here and the sun here in front of the clouds, so it means we've maybe stepped out of any sort of self-doubt or worry. We're focusing on ourselves. We're focusing on our strength. And hey guys, here's a little quiz. What was the grounding stone on Sunday? It was strength. That was not only the day for Sunday, the grounding stone for Sunday, but it was also the underpinning energy of this week. So this is about us really sort of acknowledging our own internal strength, really acknowledging our own sort of authority and wisdom and our ability to be discerning, and how that discernment gives us sort of power or the ability to kind of make clear, decisive decisions when the time is ready. If right now is not the time and you're still gathering information, that is completely acceptable and okay. And regardless of what might be going on around you, you are stronger than the situation, right? So as you're taking these notes, or you're watching sort of how different routes that you can take, whatever it is that you're working on, right? Because you'll know what that situation is when you apply it to your life as I'm talking. Know that you have this strength. Know that you will have this clarity and this energy, this light that shines, and this clarity or this energy from the sun to sort of propel you forward. That this is a gift that you can give yourself because you have the strength to do that. Now let's go to the grounding stone. We're seeing apples. Hi, Sohel Amankad. How are you? This deck, which deck are you talking about, Kat? Are you talking about the first deck or the second deck? Hey, Pat, how are you? So today is a stone that's it's on Tiger's Eye, and it's forgive. Very sublime. That's how you feel, Stony? I agree, and I feel like I feel that way too, and I think that that's the energy of this Queen of Swords, is we will make quick, decisive thinking, but we need time to process, is the gathering that I'm getting from this for the collective, like in a real boiled down version for everybody, and it's okay to take that time, to go within, to take those notes, to sort of discern what it is that we want and how it is that we need to move to get it. And also honoring our own strength. We're not a victim, right? I reject victimhood, this card says. We're not a victim to our environment or our surroundings. What we are is we're a co-creator or a co-conspirator within the inner workings of our environment. When we start to shift that, we start to hold ourselves like the Queen of Swords and bring in that more subtler, spiritual Queen of Fiery Wands dynamic energy, right? Which we're supposed to end out the week. she's opening the door for our minds to start to really understand that we deserve this. We will start to understand our strength, which was the theme for the week of the grounding stone. Forgive ourselves, forgive others, whatever's holding us back. And this is part of that homework assignment that I put in the group today. For those of you that are willing to do it, what is your truth? Where is it that we might need to find truth around? Who do we need to forgive? Do we need to forgive ourselves? Do we need to forgive others in our lives so that we can move forward in that strength, so that we can make a clear decision and move ourselves onward to a better sort of mindset, a better place? We certainly deserve it, right? This is the queen, right? So she deserves it. She has the ability to give it to herself. We certainly have the strength to give it to ourselves. But where and what do we need to forgive, right? This could be just forgiving of ourselves, with that 19 on the I am strong being the number 1. This could, let me just get in here so you guys can see it a little bit closer. This could be us just forgiving ourselves and having the strength to sort of visit the decisions maybe we've made thus far, the mistakes. I don't want to say that there's mistakes, because I really don't believe there are any mistakes. Ultimately, hindsight is 2020. When we go back and we like look at what we've gone through, usually there's some purpose for it. There's some learning or something that sort of, you know, taught us in some way, shape, or form. So I really don't believe, I try and steer away from the idea of mistakes, because when we think about the possibility of mistakes, that's when we get into self-doubt and fear. And I'm not saying that I'm able to do that all the time, right? I'm not perfect. I get into self-doubt and fear all the time. That's part of the reason why I put the homework up in the Engelgeist group today, is because where is it that we sort of need to look at our truth, right? What is our truth? Is there self-doubt underneath whatever it is we're trying to do? Is there fear under whatever it is we're trying to do? We're trying to get to that place, but we need to get clear, like the Queen of Swords would be, right? Like she would want us to clear our thoughts, to get all our notes together and really make an informed decision. We have the strength to do that. We may have to forgive some people around us, or forgive some situations, some experiences, and let them go so that we can move forward in our strength. Okay? So, did you? Stone and Mary says, I just told David 5 minutes ago that I forgive him. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Hey, Stephen David said, good morning. I haven't seen you in a bit. How are you doing? I hope you're well. The first deck is called, let me show you. I never did an unboxing for this deck, and it deserves an unboxing, which I need to do. It's one of the things on my list to do. But this deck here, which I absolutely love, that we've been working with all of January, was a deck that I purchased off of Amazon called the White Sage Tarot. Okay, and this is that card. This design is the card that's coming for the end of the week, which is the Queen of Wands. She's the cover art for this deck. It comes in this beautiful little like tin box. So, and it's available on Amazon. So I love this deck. I think it's a beautiful deck. And I'm really glad that we kicked off the new decade and the new year with this deck and the I Am Everything deck. The I Am Everything, this one here, I do have an unboxing video for this on my YouTube channel. And there is a link in the description box if you're interested in just being taken directly to the page where you can purchase this deck. And this, like I've said in previous videos, I chose this as the beginning of the new year because the I am statements to me feel so empowered and beautiful, right? And so we want to use them every day to sort of set the tone for the rest of our year and even the rest of our decade, right? So that was the sort of the pairing of these two. And I love the white sage, right? The white being, you know, pure and light-based, and sage being sort of cleansing. So I sort of felt like, I don't know, those two just kind of paired together well, and that's how we got to this this month's set of forecasts. So next month, I'm still trying to figure out who's coming in for next month. I've been looking at my decks and kind of trying to think about that. So we'll be surprised on February 1st, whatever, you know, I feel intuitively inspired to pair together, and we'll see what the messages come out from that. The grounding stone will always be there. I always add new grounding stones to the bag as I travel and wherever I can find them, but the grounding stone will be there. So, is YouTube more stable? I see like I have a lot of YouTubers, so I don't see, hey, good morning, Rose, how are you? I don't see a lot of Facebookers on this morning, but I also wasn't able to post to all of my normal groups this morning because I'm in Facebook jail. So, but that is your forecast for the day, you guys. for those of you, like I said, going forward, the breathing work is probably going to happen before you get on. I'm going to maybe do it in the Engelgeist group. I'll sign on live in the morning and we'll do that, and then I'll come in here and get on the and do the video separately. It will help to keep these videos a little bit shorter and more easily accessible to a greater set of people, and also the breath work can happen in a more private setting with people that are actually seeking it. Okay, so that will be going on. And again, if you didn't catch anything that I said in the beginning of the video, go back and rewatch it if you're coming in late. Today's a really beautiful forecast. Be in your strength. Forgive anyone and anything whenever and wherever you can throughout today, because it's only going to lighten you up and free you up so that you can move forward. Okay, so that is your forecast for today. I have 2 more sets of signs to do. I have the earth and fire signs to do for the Tarotscopes. Water and air are up on YouTube, so go check them out, all the for February. So those are up and available to you guys. What was I going to say? I'm going to try and at least get one done tonight, if not both, fire and earth, because I need to start my love readings for February 1st so that I can get them up on the YouTube channel just for Valentine's Day. That's why I'm doing them. So that's that, guys. All right, so have a great day. Enjoy your day. Thank you to anybody that maybe shared this out. I really appreciate it. I know I'm in Facebook jail until Sunday, and I don't even know why. I think it was just because I put out the water signs and the air signs, and I shared them to all the groups. Plus I shared the morning forecast, plus I shared last night's charming. So I think I just maybe overshared or reached my limit for shares, so they restricted me until Sunday. Go figure. God forbid anybody should share anything too positive for too much for too long. Facebook gets nervous. They don't even check what it is. That's the thing that gets me, is that they don't even look at the video before restricting you. It's just like when if somebody did report me, which I think that it might have happened either by accident or whatever, but they just tear down the video first and foremost, and then when you go and you argue it, then they go and actually watch the video and they're like, oh wait, there's no nudity here, there's no sexual activity here, and then they place it back up. It's just silly. But anyways, you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning. If I do go live tonight or today to do the earth and fire signs, again, I'm going to remind you, I won't have a chat window up, so if you try and chat or say hello and I don't acknowledge you, it's not personal, it's just that I don't have a chat window up. So I can get through the 3 signs of each video. All right, you guys, good morning, Wanda Colby, Wandersea. I'm about to sign out. We just finished. Hey, Patience, good day to you too. Hey, Andrew, what does what mean? You have a great day too, Stephen. You got shut down over a photo contest? I know. Anyways, it's crazy. I don't know what their criteria is. I don't even know that they have any, because they just send you a message saying you've been restricted, and they don't tell you why. It'd be nice if they would at least show you what the reason was, so you could refrain from doing it. If it's over posting, like too many posts in one day, just let me know and I'll keep it pared down. I can keep a count. I can count on my fingers and toes! But anyways, Facebook jail is when they restrict you for posting things. So I'm not able to post or share my videos out right now, only to groups that I admin or manage. So I'm able to post to the Engelgeist group, to the Reading Exchange, and then to a couple of others that I'm an admin of. But other than that, I can't post anywhere else, like to Lightworkers live feeds or any of the bigger groups that I normally post to. So, but Ducky can. So Ducky hopefully has done that. I imagine she has. So read my above comment about your Gemini reading. I didn't see it. I missed it, and I don't know how to scroll. This is the shitty part. I don't know how to. Oh, here. Is that how I scroll? Where is it? Hi, Dana Group. Yesterday I watched live as you did the February reading for Gemini. It was spot on. So great. Looking forward to February. Gemini had some good stuff going on. And if you paid attention, I don't know if you have an Aquarius in your life, but connect with Aquarians in February. They're going to be in a very similar vein with you. Very similar energy, it feels like. slightly different in how you guys go about doing it, but you're also in Aquarian's birthday time, which makes sense because it's a fellow air sign, so it's going to be, I feel like, beneficial. That's why the reading felt so positive for Gemini. But it also, there was definitely like this weird connection happening. Scorpio was a really trippy reading too. I don't know how many Scorpio viewers I have, but Scorpio was a interesting one. If any of you guys have planets in Scorpio, you might want to check it out. There was a little bit about love stuff in there, for sure. Not even a little bit. And about spirit kind of coming through and not forcing the issue, but regardless of which way we choose, we're going to have to go down that path, was the feeling that I was getting from Scorpio's reading. Yeah, Lisa, I know. I saw that you watched it. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to sign off because the whole point of this is to hopefully keep these videos a little bit shorter too, so that people can just see the forecast and, you know, tune in and tune out, because it's, you know, short attention span theater nowadays in this world. But I will see you guys all tomorrow in the morning, and maybe later this afternoon with the horoscopes for the other signs. Okay? All right, have a great day, and I will see you guys all tomorrow.